What's good, everyone? It's your guy, Lord Wedded. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you all enjoyed your day. As for me, it was a very good one. In all honesty, had a lot of fun at the beach. So that's what. And when I got back, I was a little bit tired. So that's why I'm uploading a bit late. This video has been requested by my man WS Sports Fan 53. He wanted me to do a rant on why those marks are obsessed over Logan Paul, and that was something I wanted to do. In all honesty. And that's for you, my man, Team Forward, the awesome on the Attitude Era. It will be done with pleasure, my man. I'll conjure up the reasons after my running day, because after this video, I'm gonna be doing my running. Because Thursday is known as running day, same as the Sunday and Tuesday. And the rest of the days, I do workout near our house. So without any further ado, let's get started. In all honesty, I don't understand why those marks hated Logan Paul this much. I know he played the character of a heel when he came back, but in all honesty, weren't they then weren't they the same hypocrites who were wanting we want the work rate, we want the flips and kicks and weren't they wanted this? Logan does it, and he does it better than the trash they favor. They like, oh, Io Sky is so great. Oh, he's just running. Logan is better than them, and yet he only been at this game in God knows how long, 2 3 years at best, and he's better than all your flunkies from NXT whack and old who's been doing this for God knows how long, well over 20 years to some for some of them. Shouldn't that tell you a problem that your favorites suck, that your standards are shit? You marks, look, you want to push young talent instead of relying on the younger guys. Aha! But the marks, they are the same that are happy for push Cody Rhodes, push oh CM Punk, he deserves this, he deserves that, he deserves that. Oh my God, we're gonna have AJ Lee. It's gonna be stupendous. Oh, as if one CM Punk isn't enough. One mentally fucked up person isn't enough to deal with. So now, in all the trannies, the lesbos and cucks, and him spreading diseases left and right, as if that's not enough, him spreading debauchery. Now you want degeneracy too, with those two cancers, and instead of investing in younger people like someone like a Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, let's say you perfect some people that are there that have some potential, you fix their flaws. But no, you want to bring the degeneracy and the idiocy that led to failures, yet expect different results. Are you Marx insane? Or what? Are you that much of a knob? Knobs to not see? Logan, if you look at him, in all honesty, he has the looks, he can talk on the mic. He gets the business, the fundamentals of the business. He understands them. He knows how to play the crowd. Wrestles a safe style. Very athletic, mind you. And he's still young. So, in all logic, WWE or any wrestling company of that caliber should be investing in those types of talents. Talents like, let's say, Logan Paul, or even on AEW, who's the guy, the cheap looking Miz, like MJF, for example. Those guys are smart. They understand the business. Don't invest in haggard, beat up schmucks like a Damian Priest, Jay Uso, a Sami Zayn, who's not gonna draw you a dime, never did and never will. All this hobo looking vagabond degenerate is doing is stealing money from your company and not offering shit. Yet you'll have those bookers, instead of pushing those guys, no, they left them to fester, do fucking nothing. Same example as what happened with Austin Theory, a young guy that has all the talent. You could present him as some sort of a mixture between a Randy Orton and a John Cena. in a way. If you want to present him as a heel, you could use the some type of a not a exactly a legend killer type like Randy Orton was, but the snobbish, arrogant side of Randy Orton's gimmick back then. You could present that in Austin Theory, but no, because the big nose idiot, he's a Austin Theory was a Vince guy. He monologues that big nose cuck. You know what, Austin? You don't have the right look. I'm gonna job you out. Fuck out of here, big nose cuck. I knew you were gonna be a detriment. Since you started rising in power, I knew you were gonna be a detriment. And yet, people didn't listen to me at that time, I remember. Much like for the CM Punk case, they didn't listen to me. They were like, well, you don't know what you're talking about. You're a bigot. You want the same old guys like the Cena. Nah, nah, nah. You want the same old guys. CM Punk deserves it because he worked in ROH. I don't give a fuck if he worked in ROH or if he worked. It gets fucked. I don't care where. CM Punk sucks. He's not on the level of those guys. Never looked amazing compared to the guys on the main roster back then. Sure as hell doesn't to this day. If he looks like somewhat good, because look at the competition you have. Jabronis like Seth Rollins, Damian Priest, Cody Rhodes. No wonder why he's going to look like a god compared to those losers. But did he look like a god compared to Cena, Orton, Edge at that time? Absolutely not. When you have once in a lifetime talent like, let's say, Logan Paul and all, that guy should be called a prodigy. Not someone like a Roxanne Perez. Oh, I'm a prodigy. I'm a prodigy. Yet you lose most of your matches. Isn't it contradictory? Being called a prodigy, yet you're a mediocre talent to decent at best? Yet you trained under Booker T? If Booker T trained me, in all honesty, and not to brag or to be like arrogant, but I'm pretty sure I would do a better job than 90% of those jabronis nowadays. I'm pretty sure I would, and like any one of us as fans, if we were trained under someone like a Booker T, we would do a better job than those flunkies. But we know how Noseman is. I'll do how he sees. You don't have the right look. I'm sorry, but you look way better and you could be a threat to my legacy. Since you guys are talented and charismatic and all, and you can entertain. I don't like people that entertain. I like only flips and kicks and bad psychology and random nonsensical booking. So I'm not gonna hire you guys. I'm gonna hire all the flunkies and the trash from the indies. So when they break, I replace them with more jobbers, job, generic jobbers. I can't book. His brain fizzled out. Anyway, that's not the subject. The subject is on someone like a Logan Paul. Sure, I get maybe you can hate the person for the scandalous things or whatever. I don't remember about Logan Paul in all honesty, nor do I care about what he did. If he did things dirty, he'll get judged for them. If he learned from those things, good for him. If he didn't, that's his problem. That's his problem, and he'll learn. If he doesn't, it's between him and his God. Much like all of us, we deal with our own consequences. Anyway, but as to Logan in wrestling, Logan is someone that's going to be reliable. Someone like, let's say, a Braun Breaker, Trick Williams from NXT. Who else? Someone like, even though they're a bit older, but you should invest in them in order to teach the young generations and prop them. People like, let's say, LA Knight, Randy Orton. Those guys should, if you were to like get them, you help them mentor the younger generation in order to be better. Instead of keep on pushing the same losers and expect different results. In all honesty, if someone like Jey Uso becomes the best thing you have on your product, that means there's a giant problem. Someone like Jey Uso should be pre-show to opening match at best with that loser brother of his. They get squashed or they squash some jobber team. Who cares? You don't shove them down people's throat expecting good results. They're not going to offer you that. Someone like a Roman might, because at least he's better than them, and by a mile. It's like, let's say you have a Golf GTI in the case of Roman Reigns, and you have what's the diesel one, the sluggish version? From what I remember from the Mach 4. Let's say Roman is a Mach 4 GTI or like a V6 or a V5, for example, and you have the Usos being like the SD version or like the 1.416 valve, the sluggish schmuck. Anyhow, if you get what I'm trying to say. But someone like a Logan can be a reliable long term, has the ability to be a massive star and to be a special attraction also. And that's the type of wrestler that you should aim to build. Even if, let's say, they move on to something else. In the while they're moving on to something else and you're hiring new talent, you make sure that your next generation is going to be at least, if not equal, in a range between slightly less performant to more performant. You get like that talent. Let's say a talent like Logan, as an example. Let's take him. You take him, he'll be like the average between people that are slightly below him and slightly better than him, as an example. Because look, the looks of it. He does his moves clean, rarely gets injured. He has a good mindset and a good work ethic. I'll give him credit for that one. And he's someone that's gonna be reliable for the next 10 years or so. Invest in those guys. Don't rely on failures that proved times and times again to be failures and expect different results. And in all honesty, do you think if you like invest in Logan Paul, you're not gonna get results? Of course you're gonna get good results. In all honesty, you'll bring back some cool aspects. He'll be able to attract some feuds with other celebrities and make you care about the product and improve the ratings and all. You think people are gonna be all happy to see Meth Head Phil? They're gonna be like, oh wait, that Meth Head is already in. It's back to wrestling. Wasn't he shitting on it and saying, I will never come back to it? Wasn't he shitting on it and bad mouthing it? What a bitch. He's always been a bitch in a way. That's what you'll have most casuals remembering him for. And like, oh wait, he's boring as shit. Oh, now he really is showing to be a bitch. Don't invest in those guys. Those guys were flops and are gonna keep on bringing you low ratings. As another example, if you want to push people as world champions or something, why not put the world heavyweight title on someone like a Logan Paul or the WWE title for that matter? No, but you give it to Cody Rhodes, a duck. He was Stardust, a massive jobber, smoke and mirrors. He was the what else? Pedo stash. All the lamest one in Legacy. Yet that's the type you want to gaslight me to believe is a main eventer? Or who? Jey Uso, the bottom bitch of the bloodline? Come on, raise your standards. Because when people like Cena, Roman, Randy Orton, and all are gonna be gone, what are you gonna be left with? Are you gonna be left with that mediocrity and be proud of? Oh, we got a 2 point something millions in the span of a week when you were doing it the day of. It's not an excuse. You have talents right there. Invest in them. Invest in, let's say, Logan Paul, Braun Breaker. Let's say even Dominic to some extent, even though I think he's a chicken shit cuck. And you're not gonna get much out of him, but you could like get him like to be some sort of a cheap ass Eddie Guerrero ripoff. He could make it work. The guy is smart to understand those fundamentals. You could like get some people like what else? Like Ethan Page and give him like a EC3 type of character, a ripoff of that. You could get someone like who else? Ricky Starks. You gave him a little gay rock, for example, gay version of the Rock, or the whatever. You could have people like that, but no, you bring me Penta and Ray Phoenix and expect them to be all massive stars, even though they're cheap Rey Mysterio ripoffs. Also, Logan proved to be a competent worker, which comes to Rey Mysterio. In their match, he proved to be a competent worker. My hat's off to you, Logan. I'll give you credit for that one. Push those types of guys. Those types of guys are going to be reliable. And now I'll move on to another thing, which was I saw it scrolling on Twitter. The Matt Riddle thing, allegations about CM Punk, which I believe them to be true. I know Matt Riddle has some weird tendencies and all, but at the very least, what I remember from Matt Riddle is that he was doing his job, not much else. Even like the likes of Cena back then and all, they were doing their jobs, even if they had an affair with someone. You don't see them being shoved down people's throats. You don't see them looking to the point where it gets absurd. Let's say you're married and all. You have eyes only for that woman. You don't go around simping for other women. That's disgusting. In all honesty. And same thing for the women, by the way. You're married and searching for other men. That's disgusting. That's haram. That's forbidden. You don't do that. And yet you'll see Marks defending him. Oh, he's just mentoring. He's just mentoring. And yet the signs are there. He's like, most pictures he's taking are only with women's. In the probabilities in mathematics, when you calculate, let's say 19, you have the probability of event A, which is 99 out of 100, let's say, it's more likely to happen than the opposite event. Yet they'll say, but no, he takes pictures with guys too. He takes 1 out of 100. Which is more likely to happen? Use your brain. God gave us a brain, but those marks are too stupid to know how to understand the user's manual. Anyhow. And also, it's a bit creepy to call girls who are not your daughters, call them daughters. So that means you're okay with being a pedo and let's say you impregnated the woman who was a teenager and you were an adult. You know what that's called, punk? It's called minor abuse. And you go to jail for that, you dimwit. Or is your brain that much fucked up by smoking meth too much? Maybe you don't have a brain. It wouldn't surprise me. Knowing knowing how you look, punk, it wouldn't surprise me that you don't have a brain left. And you fucked up what small portion of a brain that you had with your delusions. And thank God, you and that degenerate wife of yours don't have kids. Because if you two degenerates were to have kids, oh my God, I can't imagine how mentally fucked up that child would be. Mental asylum for sure. Knowing you two dimwits and you two irresponsible parents and incompetent human beings can be. Anyway, but at the very least, I'll give credit to Matt Riddle, and even he said multiple times that Punk is a bitch to work with, much like the Sami Zayns and Johnny Garganos and all that, and the Kevin Owenses. They're bitches to work with, yet those marks will hate on the Vince guys, who at least were professional and knew how to entertain you in a natural way and knew how to present the product in a way to improvise and make the most out of what's being given to them. Hats off to you once again, Mr. McMahon. And I'm sure Vince would have been pushing someone like a Logan Paul. I'm sure. But knows man, he left him to fester doing whatever. Oh, keeping him only for special matches. He's beyond that, dimwit. Open your eyes, fool. He's beyond that. And he deserves to be better than that. Now, with that being said, I think that ends this video. As for the Attitude Era Awesome, I'll conjure up the reasons tonight, and maybe if everything will be all right, I'll upload it after running day and after dinner. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you do. And if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe today. Subscribe already. Come on. And I hope I'll see you later. Take care, everyone. Peace.